and your cats and your puppies and your kittens don't have to wait longer, because this information is mind-blowing. I'll talk about for a moment what we're going to be doing today. So if you guys are getting comfortable, relaxing, however, and you're watching this, we're going to be healing your pet with light. And if you have your kitten, if you have your cat, if you have your dog, your doggy, and you're there, you can even maybe do it when we're doing this, okay? I'm not going to have a real dog or a real cat for today, but I'm sure in the future there will be. I will bring my dogs on. But we're going to do a demo with using light, how to use the light for your pet, how to heal your dog, heal your cat, how to better their lives. And there's 4 incredible light work exercises in healing your pet. 4 incredible, powerful, profound light work. And here's the thing too to understand, all right? You can choose the one that really speaks to you, that you really like. Or you can do all 4, or you can become an expert at one of them. They're all powerful, they're all beneficial. And we're going to be doing one exercise today, so I'm excited about that. We're also going to be talking about different fruits and vegetables, herbs, okay? What's incredible, wild foods, which is incredible because you're going to learn a couple of different things here, tips to feed your dog or your cat. So we're going to cover that too. We're going to talk about pears. We're going to talk, I don't know, do you like pears? Does anybody like pears anymore? That's what I want to know. Does anybody even like pears? Because guess what? Your dog loves pears. Your dog loves a ripe, juicy pear. Does anybody like bananas anymore? Yeah, I'm sure everybody loves bananas. And I got a couple of bananas over here. We're going to do a little demo with that. I'm sure your dog and your cat would love some banana. Very important, okay? Do you like asparagus? Because we're going to be talking about asparagus for your dogs and cats. And do you like black beans? Yeah, that's an oddball, right? But there's over 100 foods in this book, okay? 100 foods. And it's information that is so important on how to give your dog or your cat a food so they can get deficiencies out of the way, so they can detox and heal. These are the things we need to do for our animals, and that's just one aspect of what's in this book. All right, so let's get down to it a little bit. We're going to start with banana. Let's do that, okay? So I have information in the book about banana. So it's kind of like really cool in so many ways because the tips are just insane all on its own. And then the amounts you can give your dog or cat, that information alone is also mind-blowing too. So I'm going to start reading a little bit about the banana, little section in here in the book. And this isn't what your book's going to look like. This is my manuscript right here. And this is it. Here it is. Okay? You're going to get a book. That's what you're going to get. A medical medium book, Healing Your Pet. Make sure you pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Definitely do that so you lock down your copy. Lock it down, because I was even forewarned by the pub, by my publisher, and they were like, look, you got to let people know because we don't know how fast we're going to be able to get more copies printed, the whole bit. So make sure it's looking like it's going to be out of stock. It's just medical medium books. Usually that happens anyway. Every single time there's a medical medium title getting out there, but this is going to even be different. People are freaking out about this one. Okay, they're freaking out about this book. So it's really exciting because I can't wait to help so many animals and so many dogs and cats. And let's get into it a little bit. So banana, did you ever give banana to your dog or cat? Did you ever do that before? Okay, so I got a banana right here and it's at the right ripeness. You might be like, maybe you think you're a banana expert, and you're like, that's not ripe, or that's not the way you eat a banana. Well, you're going to learn something today about bananas. You're going to learn something. When it comes to giving banana to your dogs and cats, the ripeness factor has to be on point. It has to be on point. It is critical to be on point. There are many trendy human misconceptions There are terrible, trendy, okay, misconceptions out there around eating and not eating bananas. There's all kinds of different people out there, like health gurus and different people in the world of health that are like, no one should ever eat a banana. They shouldn't eat it because of sugar, right? You ever hear that before? And they're just wrong. They're wrong about that. Yeah, there's sugar in banana, there's fructose in banana. They're wrong about that. It's an incredible healing food. And there's people out there that are like, it has to be green. You have to have a green banana. And that's ridiculous all on its own because you're not supposed to be eating a green banana. A green hard banana. You're not. There's a lot of reasons why. So there are many trendy human misconceptions around eating and not eating bananas. Health gurus of all walks of life have targeted bananas in every way possible while remaining uniformed about how to truly incorporate bananas into either human or pet diets. Very interesting all on its own. Remember in the old days before medical medium crushed fruit fear? Do you guys remember that? Do you remember the old days? Have you been around enough to know about this? Do you know about how the fruit fear thing was so insane in the health movement, health world? That sure, banana was chopped up in like, a fruit salad somewhere, in a restaurant maybe, or, on a cruise ship or something, okay? Or a banana and a banana split. But pretty much for anybody who got sick in their life, they're worried about their health, they're worried about getting better, they're struggling with chronic illness, banana was evil. Remember that? It was like satanic. It was like evil. It was the devil banana because everybody's like, oh no, bad for you, sugar, sugar. And the entire health movement, for what it was, because it was a small health movement many years ago, but the entire health movement was anti-fruit, anti-banana, the whole bit. And there's still some of that out there, which is insane. But we've crushed the majority of that nonsense. And now, fruit is back in. We worked hard on it, right? You guys, right? Everything, we worked hard on it. It's comment right there. Banana is my doggy's favorite fruit. Amazing, because you probably then know what you're doing, okay? If it's your doggy's favorite fruit, you probably know what you're doing on giving banana to your pup, the whole bit. So, but we're going to still cover these things because you might have some tidbits in here that you're not applying and everything. So let's take a look here. All right. One such trend is eating unripe bananas. That's one of the misconceptions out there, eating unripe bananas. And maybe you're somebody that's like, oh, that's not true. I know about this podcast doctor. I know about this guy. He says, you got to eat them green. This is why bananas are bad for you. It's just, it's a great theory, but terrible. Terrible for a dog or a cat. Terrible for a human. Period. Okay? This is not only potentially really bad for humans, this is dangerously bad for dogs and cats. Feeding your dog or your cat an unripe banana is dangerous. Can't express it enough. That's why I'm trying to put some passion into that one. It is dangerous. It is. Keep that in mind. And yet this misconception has reached to the dog and cat world. Yeah. You know why? And stupid AI world. Yeah. Where they take all these theories that actually can hurt people or dogs or cats, and it gets all fed into the system. So then when you go look something up, AI just throws it all together right there, throws it all together. And then you're reading all these different things about banana and dogs and cats. And you're getting misinformation about don't give them a ripe banana. Make sure it's a green banana. All kinds of crazy stuff that happens because the world is still twisted up in a whole bunch of bad ways that can be harmful. And yet this misconception has reached to the dog and cat world where human theories that are 100% wrong, 100% wrong, not 50% wrong, not 40% wrong, not 20% wrong, not 80% wrong, 100% wrong. Human misconceptions. You hear what I'm saying? 100%. I wanted to put a swear after that one. 100% wrong. 10 swears after it. Okay? And I'm working on it. Okay? I'm listening to my parents. I'm listening to my mom and dad. I say, I know your stress goes up and you release a swear once in a while. We get it, but you really shouldn't swear. So I'm with them on that. 100% wrong are then this information is cast onto dogs and cats as if they're good for pets. The information like unripe bananas, as if that wrong information is good for pets now. That's how kind of ridiculous this gets. You see what I mean? The flesh inside an unripe green banana can cause severe gastric distress for your dog or cat. Do you know what that means? That means bloat. You don't want your dog bloating. You don't want your dog getting bloat. You don't want your cat sick with an extended stomach and getting bloated from a bad idea, misconceptions, because so many people, it's crazy. I mean, everybody from supermodels to the layman to everybody is putting unripe green bananas in their smoothie. No. Oh, here, you want a little bit of it? Okay, here you go, baby. You want a little bit of it here? Oh, good job. Here you go. It's terrible. It's terrible. The flesh inside an unripe green banana can cause severe gastric distress for your dog or cat, and even for a human. That's right, even for a human. So act with caution. Act with caution. Maybe you kind of like surmise this up because, you give your dog and cats banana and you surmised it up and already and says, oh, maybe this one's not ripe. But there are people out there, No. They won't. Do not listen to the misguided information out there about giving your pets unripe bananas, period. Full stop. Full stop. All right. Another misguided theory about banana ripeness is to ripen bananas until the skin turns very brown. Bad. Another bad idea goes in the garbage can. Bad idea. Don't give your pets bananas that are so ripe and the skin is fully brown. That is a fermented banana. If I went over your house, right? Okay? Went over your house, like medical medium here I am. Hey, I'm honored. Thanks for having me here. Can I sit down and eat? What do you have? Oh, you got a smoothie, a banana smoothie? Sure, I'll have some. And then you're putting brown bananas? Because guess what? It has happened to me. It has actually happened to me. And I'm like, yo, dude, you're putting like fermented old bananas in my smoothie. Like, what are you talking about? They need to be brown. The skin needs to be brown. I'm like, I grab a banana. I'm like, dude, that's rotten. It may not really look it, but it's rotten. Don't give those overripe bananas. And don't think your dog and cat, don't think they're pigs. Do not. This is a theme that does ride a little bit throughout this book. If you guys don't know what book I'm talking about, check this out right here, Healing Your Pet. There it is. Medical Medium, Healing Your Pet. Got a little dog and a cat on there, okay? That book right there, you're going to want this book. Pre-order it because it ain't going to be there when it's released. There's going to be a long time holdup. It's going to be printing, like trying to rush prints, to get them back in stock. I know the drill, but it's going to be worse than ever. So here we go. You don't want the banana to turn brown. You don't want the skin just brown. And here's the thing. You don't even want them overripe, even if the skin didn't turn totally brown. Keep that in mind, too. I'm going to read about that a little bit. So you're looking at this banana here, and I'm going to give you a little bit more detail about the banana, too, which is fun. All right. Even black, that's another thing, too. I've seen people do that. The skin turns black, and they're peeling it back, and they're giving their dogs and cats, or they're eating them like that. Don't do that, because they're certainly overripe and fermented. Yet this theory gets passed along to pet feeding by giving old, rotten, fermented, overripe bananas to dogs and cats. Keep this in mind. They are not pigs. They're not pigs in the barn, okay? Or in the pen, which you're giving out old scraps. A lot of people that have pigs. They have them for various reasons. And all the scraps in the house go out there and they just throw them out there, right, in the yard. And the pigs are all eating them. And you can throw them like older bananas and so forth and all that. But not with your dogs and cats. They are not pigs. Very important. I like pigs. They're cute. They're amazing animals. But yeah. All right. I'm looking at some comments right here. All right. Okay, Island Girl, 373. I'm new to your account. Nice to meet you. It's an honor. I am at your service. Okay? And guess what, Island Girl? No paywalls. No pay firewalls because they make them so drastic. None of that. Everything's free, 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 free. Life-saving information, free, left and right. So just know that. Check out, the information, Medical Medium information. Check out the books, all of it. It's just, we put so much on the website, the medicalmedium.com website. Like there's no, subscription fees and all this other crazy stuff. I just saw Cleanse to Heal. That's a great book too. Tell your family, tell your friends, this is where healing happens. Powerful information. So, okay, we got another comment here. Okay, right. I can't tell you how grateful I am for this live. Struggling so much today. Thank you. Soul Shilling, amazing. My cat is 11 years old and he is struggling with digestive issues. He gets constipated very often. How can I help him? I don't want to give him Miralax every other day. My cat would never eat a banana. There's going to be cats that won't eat a banana, but you'd be surprised. There are foods, and I talk about it in the book, they're really helpful for cats, and your kitty might actually eat a piece. And here's the thing too, it's about offering more than once. You offer it, your cat snubs it, that's it. You don't want to go there again. You don't want to, it's not going to happen again. A lot of people do that. 4 years goes by. 4 years. The situation, you have a banana, your cat's around, you offer your cat a banana again, your cat snubbed it. Then you're thinking, well, wait a minute, of course, cat, but you never know. Every week you offer a little bit, and you'd be surprised how it works. All right. Banana skins should never be eaten by humans or animals. Another ridiculous theory out there, or hack. Eating the skins of bananas. So that's another thing too, right? Because it's all about, let's now do this. They don't know what chronic. Here's what's amazing. Nobody knows what's causing chronic illness out there. I'm sorry, they still don't unless they know the info. They don't know what's causing chronic illness. They don't. All the disease, the symptoms, the conditions, the mystery illnesses, all of it, because it's all mystery illness in the end, even if they have a title for it, they got a name for it. But what happens in so many cases is that out there in the health world, nobody knows why people are sick, but yet they got a great theory, go eat a banana skin. That's going to help you. Yet the new banana trend to incorporate banana skins as if humans should be eating banana skins is out there. While banana skins may have individual components with healing properties, just like things that also aren't good for you do, there are things out there with healing properties, but the good is outweighed by the bad. So does everything that's toxic. Everything that's toxic out there has a healing property. Almost everything that's toxic out there has a healing property. Keep that in mind. It'll kill you, but as you're dying, it's got a healing property. But wait a minute, this ayahuasca has a healing property. I know they did a science study on this ayahuasca and, vomit a couple more times. Oh my God, my head's spinning, about to pass out while I'm sitting around this campfire. I'm microdosing ayahuasca. That was another really good thing that should work. But yet as it's killing you, okay, yeah, it could have a healing property. Everything does that's toxic. Doesn't mean you should eat something just because one component of it has a healing property. If something also has a toxic component, the healing component is canceled out, dude. It's canceled out. It is. The toxic will cancel out the good stuff. You guys check out this book, okay? You should definitely lock onto it. All right, very important, healing your pet. We're going into different fruits, different vegetables, different herbs, maybe some wild foods. We'll see. We'll see. Just banana alone's taking a little longer than I thought. Okay? Now, if you're somebody out there and you're out there like, wait a minute, are you just feeding banana to your dogs and cats? That's not how it works. There's over 100 foods inside this book, Healing Your Pet. There is meat in this book. There is bison. There are meaty bones in this book. There's chicken. Yeah, even chicken. There's turkey. There's lamb. Just keep in mind, don't make a judgment call. I didn't put out a vegan book for dogs and cats. I talk about how it works. Of course, you can feed your dog or cat temporarily. You can feed them in a way that's plant-based. I talk about that too, for healing, to get them out of a jam or get them out of a liver crisis or a pancreatic crisis. Pancreatitis, I talk about that too. Options for that. But no, this isn't a vegan book for dogs and cats. And you can customize to your dog and cat using this food and this information. Okay? Oh, and for plant-based people, I'm pro-plant-based. Pro-plant-based, okay? And if you eat animal protein a whole bit, do it right. Incorporate medical medium information. And if you're a vegan, you're plant-based, incorporate medical medium information. Do it right. Don't do it wrong, because then 5 years down the road, you're going to be like, oh my God, that plant-based diet made me so sick. I got to go back to eating meat. Meanwhile, you might have been onto something for your own healing, but you didn't know how to do it right. You didn't have the right information. So then you ran into some snags and potholes and got sick anyway. You were sick to start with. That's why you went plant-based. And now you're back on animal protein. And then after 2 years, you're sick again off of animal protein. And now you're like, wait a minute, I got to go vegan again. I got to go plant-based again. Do it right. Learn the information of medical medium books. So if you want to be an animal protein eater, you can do it right. Because I see it out there. Because the animal protein thing has, done like the whole carnivore thing. And the animal protein has... it's surged, right? But then you got people doing it wrong while they're chronically ill, and then they're just all screwed up. And every time somebody's like, oh, there's these, vegan people and plant-based people, and they know this and that, they're still doing it wrong too out there, unless they have information. The medical medium is not one side of the aisle or not. It's about like bringing everybody together to heal. If you want to eat animal protein, fine. You want to be plant-based, fine. But yeah, I'm a huge supporter of plant-based movement. That's right. Check this out too, you guys. I'm talking about banana right here, covering information in here. While the banana skin has healing properties, the bad outweighs the good. Should not be giving banana skins to your dog or cat. Just don't panic if for some reason your dog or your cat ate a banana skin. Just don't panic. Things will be fine. Shouldn't be a practice. All right, if something also has a toxic component, like I was saying, the healing components cancel out. If a dog or cat eats a piece of banana skin or a whole banana skin, have no fear. The skin will find its way through the digestive process and leave in the pet's poop. Yet it shouldn't be a common practice to be giving your dogs or cats banana skins as a snack or treat or food. You guys interested in the banana information or what? I am. I'm enthralled. I want you to know, okay? All right? How a banana looks on the outside when it's ripe varies across different banana varieties. Have you run into that? There's a banana that's yellow. It's all yellow. You open it up, it's fuzzy on the tongue. It's fuzzy. It's yellow, but it's fuzzy on the tongue. Then there's bananas, they'll have a little bit of green right here, but yet you can squeeze the banana, it's pretty soft. And yeah, it's not fuzzy on the tongue, right? So there are different varieties of bananas, of Cavendish and all different varieties. Industrial ones and the organic ones, meaning they use ones that are actually, they grow so vigorous, they're easy to grow and harvest. Okay, I'm not talking about like an heirloom banana that's somewhere in DR. Okay, all right. And I wouldn't be giving those to your dog or cats for a lot of reasons. And don't give a plantain, just throw a plantain at your dog or cat. Very important. But how a banana looks on the outside, it varies in so many ways on the ripeness inside. Okay, so it's not always a perfect scenario, a perfect ripening scenario. You got to know bananas. You got to know when you taste them. You got to understand them. You got to be, an aficionado of bananas. You got to be going to the store, buying different bunches, different stores. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. A banana peel can be partially green in some variations and still be ripe. Taste testing a banana is always best to determine its ripeness, which you have to know something. You have to be a taste tester when you're giving your dogs and cats food. You're going to learn the details of over 100 foods, but you're going to be a taste tester. If you're steaming asparagus, you're going to be a taste tester. Are they too tough still? Are they soft enough? This information's mind-blowing, all of it. Giving your dog or cat bananas to eat while not knowing anything about bananas yourself is not a good idea. No, it's not. It's best that you become a banana connoisseur, or at least somewhat of a banana expert about variations of ripening stages across banana varieties. By having this knowledge about bananas, you can avoid a mishap or mistake of some sort with your dog or cat. Listening to trendy banana biohacks will get you in big trouble and potentially injure your dog or cat and even a person. Yeah, the trendy biohacks. Can't stress it enough. When it comes down to eating strictly green bananas, bad. So taste testing your banana and learning how you don't want your banana too mushy and overripe or too hard and underripe, where it gives you a fuzzy mouth and fuzzy feeling on your tongue. How many of you guys ever experienced that? You open the banana, it's a little bit early, right? And then you're eating your banana and you get a fuzzy mouth. You get a fuzzy mouth, right? Fuzzy tongue, fuzzy cheeks, fuzzy mouth. You know what I mean? Learn how bananas turn yellow, then some tiny spotted dots appear with maybe a tiny amount of green still left on the stem on the top of the banana. A yellow banana with some tiny spots is an ideal indicator that you're most likely getting ripe enough. So you're getting some different spots here. So we can do a little bit of the camera here. So check this out, you guys, okay? I got a banana here. You'll see a couple of different spots and specks all in here. See a couple of different spots and specks. You'll see that. And at the same time, you'll see right here, you'll see a little bit of green right here. See this? A little bit of green. I don't know if you can see that good. You might be able to see that. Okay? You got that there. But yet you're still yellow. Little bit of green, yellow, and you're now getting some spots, some specks. Okay? Different bananas, they ripen at different stages, different phases, not at the same time. The timing's not always the same. It's always like that in nature, okay? So taste testing your banana, learning how, if the banana's mushy, overripe, the whole bit, fuzzy mouth, we covered that. Learn how bananas turn yellow, then some tiny spotted dots appear with maybe a tiny amount of green still left on the stem on the top of the banana. A yellow banana with some tiny spots is an ideal indicator, like I said, important to know. Opening that banana and taste testing it is still best, even if the banana looks great. It's like this. You're giving your dog, you're giving your cat banana, and your dog may love banana. You're giving, sometimes a lot of cats, they don't like banana, but a lot of cats do eat banana. You open it up, and then you taste test it just in case. If you really don't like banana and you want to give your dog a banana, but you don't want to taste test it, you're just going to have to kind of gauge that it's ripe and try to figure it out. Using your hands is one option too. Okay, all right. So check this out. This is interesting. Here's so much information in here. All right. Do not give your big dog a whole banana. Don't open up a banana and then give your dog a whole banana. Like, here you go. Okay? There's a chance that that whole banana, even if it's ripe, has a firm nature to it. A ripe banana can still have a firm nature to it. And if it does, it can slide on down the whole banana and not digest properly because it wasn't mushed up enough. It wasn't broken up enough. It wasn't squished enough, you see? So, and a whole banana can slide right down a dog's throat easily. So don't just, you're doing this like here you go. Here's a whole banana. Here's another, here you go again. And you're peeling. Here's another banana. Don't do that with your dogs. Cats aren't going to sit there and swallow a whole banana, but still you want to mush it up for your kitten, for your cat. But you don't want to do, even though the banana's ripe, you peeled it, it's ripe, you're eating one, you're fine, you're happy. Here's a whole half a banana, and you throw that to your dog. Don't do that. There's a chance that banana can do something weird because it can go down, not break down, and just lodge itself. Right there. Right there. So right at the base of the sink, stomach to the duodenum, right there. So, and then the dog might throw it up or have a digestive discomfort because bananas are amazing for dogs and great for cats, but you got to know how to do it. Make sure you mush it up, squeeze it. So you're taking your banana pieces and squeezing it like this, you see? Boom, boom, right? The whole bit. Squeeze. Okay? Make sure you're cutting the banana in pieces or using a great technique, which is squeezing the banana with your hands before feeding it to your dog or cat. A dog can swallow a whole banana, like I said, and it can slide right down the esophagus and the whole bit. Let's move on to another great point. There's so much information in here. Bananas can be very dirty on the outside. These are washed. These are washed. These are my bananas, medical medium bananas, okay? I wash them. I don't take some dirty bananas from the store. I mean, a lot of stuff can collect on them. I don't just all of a sudden take my hands like this and just grab a banana and just like peel it. I'm touching the banana after my hand's touching the outside of the skin, and then I'm touching the inside of the banana. Don't do that. If you can't like wash off or rinse off your banana, then be careful. Just like peel it back. That's it. You got dirty hands now. Peel it back and eat the banana. But just don't like peel it back with dirty hands and just grab pieces of banana and eat it, you know? Because you're testing that theory that isn't real out there, which is, oh, it's good for your immune system. Get as many microbes and everything else in you. Get as much bacteria in you. This way you get stronger. It only builds you and gets you stronger. Bullshit. Bullshit. It doesn't. Knocks you down. Then you got to build yourself back up. And then all of a sudden now you're in a restaurant and you get food poisoning for something. Knocks you down. And then you got to fight your way back up. Okay? And then you go with then you purposely don't care if somebody's got the flu and you let them cough in your face. You're like, I don't care. It'll only make me strong. Knocks you down. And then one day something else is going to happen. And you're going to be like, what the heck's going on here? You were just knocked down so many times that other things got a chance to brew and proliferate. The point is you don't need to be eating any bacteria that's on the outside of your banana. And your dog or cat doesn't need to be eating any bacteria on the outside of the banana. If it happens, it happens. No harm done. Can't be in fear. Can't be scared. Your dog licks the outside of a dirty banana. Fine. It's okay. For some reason, you open it up. You forgot you're eating it. But I'm saying don't have it as a common practice so that someday it bites you. Bites you. Okay. Bananas sit in cases and travel long distances, and they can harbor bacteria on the outside just like many other fruits and vegetables can. It's a good idea to give your banana a rinse to get any kind of debris and loose pockets of bacteria off of it. I don't know if you can see this or not. Give my banana a rinse. And that's not the perfect scenario, but guess what? It's actually still a good one. And guess what? I'm just trying off the banana right here. Boom, boom, boom. Elevate says the fruit fear chapter in your first medical medium book. And then the comment went. Okay, here's one here. Caliblee says, yes, AW, first live I've ever joined. Whoa, awesome. Thank you for being here. Amazing. Okay, I will try to make sure I'm entertaining enough. I promise I will try. Can't believe you're live. Just made my day. Amazing. Glad I'm here, you guys. Okay. Let's keep on rolling because we got asparagus to do. We got pears to do. We got green beans to do. We got black beans to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them all now. I didn't know bananas was so much information here. Ocean in Pink says, I get it about the swearing. I taught my children not to swear by not swearing Yes, I love when AW and it's gone. Oh, I love when AW swears. You can do it anytime, right? I think you're saying anytime. I'm trying my best. Trying my best. You know, it happened, you know, when I was a kid. So it was like, hey, this feels good. All right, all right. Okay, so let's move here. Rinse any kind of debris and loosen pockets of bacteria or any other specks of dirt and sand off the skin. That way, when you're using your hands to open your bananas, you're not then contaminating the nice inside. So we covered that point. Let's move on. Move on a little bit more. There's more information here, though, you guys. I'm skipping around. So when you get in this book, you're gonna be like, he didn't talk about this. He didn't read about this. Yeah, because there's too much information. I can't cover it all. And the book is so packed. It's such a big book. It's a great one. Healing Your Pet. Pre-order it. Pre-order it. I'm telling you, please pre-order it. Heed my warning. Heed my warning. Because here's what's going to happen. It's coming out. When it comes out, Amazon's going to ship all the books. People are going to be buying because it's there. And then you're going to go and try to order one, and it's not going to be there. You want the hardcover. You want the hardcover. It's such a great book to have in your hands. Very important. If you have a dog or cat with a severe acute gastrointestinal disorder due to a foodborne illness, parasite infection, liver or gallbladder attack, pancreatic inflammation, or pancreatitis, you hear what I'm saying, you guys? Then a temporary option to get calories into your dog or cat is to use banana properly ripened and mashed in a mono meal form. Did you hear what I just said? I just said your dog or cat can be plant-based. Your dog or cat can be plant-based in a temporary situation. Yes. Liver gallbladder problems, pancreatitis problems, all kinds of different issues, gastrointestinal problems, foodborne illness, maybe parasitical infection, because dogs are in, you know, dog parks, and they'll pick up, I talk all about that, by the way, in this book. Oh, man. I just got reminded of something, okay? When you guys get this book and you just read the dog park department, I'm not saying don't go to a dog park. You know, you go to a dog park, get your dog exercising, of course. But I'm saying you're going to want this book if you're taking your dogs to dog parks. You got a friend? Pre-order this for your friend. You can do a mono meal, a banana, ripened banana for your dog or cat with problems. And maybe a cat may not want that, and a cat may stop eating, and you get different problems. But a dog will normally do that if a dog likes banana. A combination of ripe banana and ripe papaya could be mashed together as well. What is that? What is that? Banana and papaya together. What is that from? Medical meme information. Can mono meal your dog or cat. Some of you guys are like, what the hell is he talking about? What is he talking about? If you know MM info and you know the books, you'll know that information. And if you don't know, it's fine. No judgment here, no judgment at all. Banana information, we've got to move on. We have to. We have to. Okay. Then I got a mount. Check this out. Large dog. Look at this. Large dog. 1.5 cups per day of chopped or thinly sliced, fresh, ripe, raw banana, skin removed. Ready? Medium dog. 1 cup per day of chopped or thinly sliced, fresh, ripe, raw banana, skin removed. By the way, none of that was easy to do. For over 100 foods, I can tell you that was really hard to do. Is I'm like, okay, what spirit? Okay, what spirit? Wait, what? Wait, exactly 1 cup? I mean, it was a forever process. Small dog, 1/4 to 1/2 cup per day of chopped or thinly sliced, fresh, ripe, raw banana, skin removed. Cat. 1/4 cup per day of chopped or thinly sliced, fresh, ripe, raw banana, skin removed for a cat. All right, let's talk. Dear Lord, All right, let's get moving. Let's see if I can kind of get through, like, I had a plan for pears, asparagus, green beans, and black beans. I don't know. Let's just do an oddball. Let's just do, maybe let's just look at the black beans a little bit for fun. Because, you know, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Black beans, like black beans. Let's just talk about that for a little bit, okay? You don't like black beans? Or maybe you're customizing your medical medium plan, which was for free. Because we don't sell any programs. Like, it's all about making sure you're getting the information you need, okay? And it's not grifted to you in like expensive programs and plans and all that nonstop, okay? But if you're somebody that's customized info, and you know what you're doing, you know if you can do black beans, you understand medical medium information, you know if you can do whatever, just wondering. All right. Let's get in here. Let's just move. I'm going to move past green beans and asparagus. I might be able to get to them, but I want to talk about light work with your pet. Let's go to black beans. Here we are. Did you pre-order it? Healing your pet. You won't be disappointed. Go to Amazon.com or just, hit the right link. Whatever you got to do, get that pre-order in, please. Because I don't want to hear it when it comes out. I can't get it, I can't get it, I can't get it. And then I'm hearing it in my head over and over again, and I feel like I want to help, but I feel helpless because we have to wait. All right, black beans, here we go. Do not give your dog or cat raw or uncooked black beans. You think that's like a tip that you would know automatically? No, not necessarily. People will go, oh, wait, I can give my dog black beans or my cat black beans? Fine. Here's some black beans that are not cooked. Let me throw them on the floor. And your dogs don't do that. Yes, people do this stuff. They will be too hard and crunchy and slightly toxic. Yes, in that form. Black beans need to be cooked thoroughly so that they're tender when chewed. You want to taste test your black beans. You want the black beans easily mashable with a fork. You want to cook those black beans. And you want to do this, okay? Seaweed Hero. Are you doing the lyrics still? All the different lyrics of all the songs? Right? I saw a couple pretty recently. Black beans for black dogs. Red kidney beans for Irish red setters. That's actually really funny. That is. I like that. Thanks for being here. Thank you, thank you. Black beans need to be cooked thoroughly so that they're tender when chewed, okay? You want to mash them. Do not offer your dog or cat black beans mixed with salsa. AW says black beans are fine for my dog and cat. Here, and it's got hot salsa. Hot salsa. Don't do that. Never give your dog, cat hot salsa. But yet it happens all the time. People are like, yeah, you want a little taste? You want a little taste? Oh, here you go. And it's burning hot. Do not give your dog or cat black beans mixed with garlic, mixed with onion. No, garlic, onion, bad. Garlic spice, bad. Onion spice, bad. Garlic spice, bad. Try to turn it into something so you can remember it. Some way to remember it. Garlic spice, bad. Onion spice, bad. And then because you don't want that mixed with beans, and then you're giving that to your dog or cat. All right, I gotta watch out because I might have a laughing attack and I don't want to have that right now. All right, black beans are highly nutritious. Hear me out, highly nutritious. The skins of the black beans hold nutrients that dogs and cats don't usually get in their normal diet. The skin of a black bean, and I don't have any black beans in front of me right now, but I will do a demo with them at some point. The skin of the black bean is really nutrient dense. Phytochemical compounds, including different kinds of anthocyanins, host of different antioxidants, you name it, are in that black bean skin. Very important. Do not feed your dog or cat only black beans and black beans only. Did you hear me? It is not going to be a sufficient meal unless you're somewhere in the bush. Dude, if you're in the bush and you're going to have a starving dog or starving cat, then cook those black beans, make sure they're tender, mash them up, and you can give black beans only to your dog or cat. Do you hear what I'm saying? Then it's okay. Do not starve your dog or cat. I mean, there's animals out there, they don't have any food, and a bowl of mashed black bean would be a miracle for them. But I'm just saying, on the daily, as a practice, they just don't want to do that and only do that. You can purchase black beans in cartons and cans. You will find that there's usually a bean goo within the can or carton of black beans. There's a bean goo in there. I guess. Are you guys done laughing over there? All right. Some of my team is laughing. All right, really hard, so I got to kind of, all right. Unbelievable. It's funny. All right. Although this salt and a substance produced by cooked black beans is edible, it is good to at least drain the water content out of the carton or can. So if you do get some canned black beans, if you do get a carton of black beans, drain the water out, okay? And you'll see, like, it depends on the brand too. You'll see whatever drains out, drains out. You guys are laughing too. Way too funny, Lisa? That's actually really funny. You guys are laughing. At least I'm not laughing alone, all right? Because that wouldn't be good. All right. I like this book so much. It gives me a light heart. It's so amazing. I'm even laughing. You guys, healing your pet, mind-blowing information. If you just got on here like, well, I really don't want to know information about, I don't know, foods for my pet, my dog. I don't know if this is really good. Then get ready to be mind-blown, because there's information on symptoms and conditions. Over 200 symptoms, conditions that dogs and cats have. Come on. And detoxing information for your dog and cat. Very important. And deficiency clearing information, clearing up deficiencies. Because guess what? Deficiencies lead to sick dogs, sick cats. Okay? There's more information in here. I won't cover it all. There's lots of black bean information. Let's do a couple more little tidbits here. You will learn that your cat, especially your dog, will probably love black beans and may even do tricks for you and express how much they love them. So if you're doing treat tricks with them, black beans can work really good. Black beans are very tasty to a dog or cat, tastier than to humans. Just so you know, if you're somebody that had plain cooked black beans, right? Plain cooked, tender, they're in that delicious form, and you have them plain. You put a spoon of them in your mouth. You may not particularly like the taste so much. You may not be like, oh, I love this. I'm a connoisseur of black beans now. That's not it. But your dog, and cat too, but mainly your dog, will be freaking out over those black beans most likely and love them. If you're cooking your own black beans, give them a thorough rinse before placing them in a pot of water and cooking. Keep that in mind. Because when it comes down to you, fine. You don't want to rinse your black beans? You want to cook them in a pot? Fine. But if you're going to be giving them to your dog or cat, rinse them. And you should rinse them for yourself too. Rinsing is beneficial to remove dust, dirt, tannins, alkaloids, things that aren't great for dogs and cats, and other harvesting contaminants that came from the pods. The bean pod, or other sources. You have the option to soak your dried black beans for 1 or 2 hours before cooking, or as long as overnight. Any more than overnight moves black beans into the sprouting process, which you don't want to do with your dog and cat. You don't want to move your black beans into the sprouting process. You hear that, you guys? Very important to know. They don't want to be doing that. It's just not the best way to serve black beans to your dog or cat in the sprouting process. You want to cook them, you can soak them overnight, but that's it. Don't soak them for 2 days and rinse them and try to make sprouted beans. Talks about dosages. Get ready. Check this out. This is just, I want to show you this. This is an example of like how it works with the dosages, amounts for all these foods. Check this out, right? Black bean amounts for dogs and cats cooked. as treats or snacks spread out over the day or as part of a meal if mashed. Large dog, 2 to 3 ounces or less per day of cooked black beans. Medium dog, 2 ounces or less per day of cooked black beans. Small dog, 1/2 to 1 ounce or less per day of cooked black beans. Cat, 1/2 ounce or less per day of cooked black beans. Just giving you what I can right now in the time frame we got. Let's read some comments really quick here. Doris says, I'm new here. Good evening from Vienna, Austria. I pre-ordered, of course. Blessing. Thank you for pre-ordering. You will not be disappointed with this book. You will be a medical medium, liker of books, medical medium books. You will like the books. You'll see. Wait till you get that book. Okay. Let's just talk a little bit, as quick as we can. We'll go through asparagus. Let's just do that for a little bit, okay? You guys like asparagus? We're gonna do light work. Don't worry. I'm gonna show you one of the exercises in the book, but let's do asparagus for a couple of minutes here. All right, asparagus. When preparing your asparagus for steaming, cut 1 to 2 inches off the bottom of each stem. Very important, because that is the part of the asparagus that's going to be tough and fibrous for your dog or cat to eat. You don't want that. Depending on how thick or thin or young the asparagus is and how hard and coarse the bottoms of the asparagus are, you may need to cut off more than 2 inches to remove the woody part. Keep that in mind. If you have a special technique of removing woody asparagus ends, such as snapping off the asparagus bottoms where the stems naturally break, feel free to apply that here. So I'm not going to do all the asparagus information because it's jammed. There's so much information in here. The goal is that after you've steamed your asparagus so it's very, very soft, you could serve your dog or cat any part of any stem of the cooked asparagus. I'll give you that part, you guys. Shows dosages, lots of information in here. Large dog, 1 cup or less per day of small, bite-sized pieces of steamed asparagus. And what you'll find is in the tips, it talks about how to prepare it, like how to cut it up, what size you want before you cook it, after you cook it. All this information's in here. You guys check this pre-order out. Make sure you go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Make sure you lock it down. We got green beans is another one here. If you just got on here, so what does this book have? Only green beans, asparagus, and banana? No, over 100 foods. I can't express that enough. Let's go into some healing using light. Let's talk about that. Let's get into the book right here, the other part of the book. This is my manuscript, and it's not the whole thing. I'm still not even, there's another piece here, but I just don't need that today, so I'm not going to have that here. All right. Here we are. Healing your pet with light. How many of you guys are familiar with light? Not the light from a light bulb, not the light that's in the ceiling light, not the light in the ceiling fan, not the flashlight you have, not the light on the phone, right? You're talking about light. You're talking about the supernatural. And you're talking about the supernatural within yourself, okay? You're talking about the light that resides in your soul and your spirit, the light that resides in your body. The light, okay, that's in your soul. The light that you have. How to use that light and use that powerful light on your dog, on your cat. These practices of light may even move the needle and create a shift in your pet's condition that could be miraculous. We're talking about miracles. Keep that in mind. So we're talking about becoming a light worker on your animals, creating miracles. And that's what we're into right now, okay? In the moment. If you just got here, we're doing a little work with this now. Now, I can't go through every last bit of the light worker section. I'm just going to be scratching the surface. There's a lot of information in here. It's a big section, so just bear with me, but let's just kind of get through a little bit of it. The goal of this light work is to send light into your animal. Keep that in mind. The goal is to get light into your animal. As you read through the different forms of light work practice, you'll see that light can be sent directly into areas of your pet's body that are noticeably ailing. So you're going to be pinpointing. You're going to be sending light into areas that you believe or you've been told by your vet that need it. Your vet might be like, well, your dog has this problem here or this problem with kidney problems, and so you're directing light into the kidneys. Your cat has kidney problems, so you're directing light into the kidneys. Your cat has a digestive problem, you're directing light into the digestive system. Your dog or cat has a skin condition, a skin problem, and there's over 200 different symptoms, conditions in this book and information about them. But your dog or cat has a skin condition, and you're going to be sending light out of your own hands. You're going to be sending light out of your own hands. I want that to settle in. And then you could watch this too and practice. And you can get your pup, you can get your kitty, and you can practice. You can do it later on today. You can do it when you get home from work. You can do it tonight. You can do it this morning, wherever you are in the world. You're sending the light directly into the area of your pet's body that you intuitively sense could use support, because you have to get your intuition strong. You got dogs and cats. You got horses. You can send this light into your horse. If you're somebody with a horse, this applies here. This information applies right now, what we're talking about out of this book, Healing Your Pet. This applies to your horse. Guess what else? It applies to your bunny rabbit. It applies to your tortoise. It applies to your pet turtle. It applies to, yes, every pet you have. You can send the light in and all around your pet's entire physical body. There are 4 foundational forms of light work that you can apply to your ailing animals. So remember, there's 4 foundational light works in this book. I'm just scratching the surface with 1 foundational light work. That's all I'm doing, okay? The first form of this practice is having light exit your hands and entering into your pet. Light exiting your hands and entering into your pet. So the light's going to exit out of your hands and then enter into your pet. Okay, that's the one we're using. So we're going to go with the pet light work practice. There's a lot more information. I don't want to read through that right now. It's for other areas. Mama Duchess said, can this light technique work on humans too? This light technique is designed for, that's another book, okay? That's another book. This light technique is designed for your horses, for your cats, for your dogs, for all your different animals. It's designed for them. And, and don't worry, we'll get another book. We'll get another book out there. Okay. In this first practice of light exiting either one hand or both, so get ready for this. You can do one hand. You can do both. Just do one. You can choose. Okay? Focus on placing your hands or hand anywhere on your pet that you believe needs light. Okay? Does your pet have a skin condition? Does your pet have a digestive problem? Does your pet have a tumor? Does your pet have a growth? Where do you want the light to go onto your animal? You have to connect with that. If you don't, then you can just do light over your animal, and that's fine. But connecting to where you want is also really good if there's a problem you know of, or your dog or your cat just doesn't feel that great. Now envision light leaving your hands, okay? So what you're doing is you're envisioning light leaving your hands. Let's keep that in mind, all right? Because that is how it's done. While you're envisioning this, slightly flex your hands to allow the light to exit your palms. So when you're letting light leave your hands onto your dog or onto your sick cat, and if your dog isn't sick or feeling unwell, if your cat isn't sick, you still can do it. It's that powerful. So envision light leaving your hands and then flex your hands. Every time the light exits your hands, flex your hands. You can even flex your hands right before the light exits your hands. You can flex your hands and then have the light leave your hands. It's a powerful practice for your animal. Keep in mind when you're petting your dog, you're petting your cat, you're petting your horse, there's some light, very little bit, but some is leaving your hands. Now you're actually focused on it. You're concentrating it. You're really going to draw light in a concentrated, amount. And because when you're petting your dog, you're petting your cat, you love your dog, you love your cat. Your dog, your cat's on the sofa with you or on your bed at night before you go to bed, and you're petting your dog, you're petting your cat. Okay? There's little bits of light that comes from love and compassion and caring that you have. It's coming out of you, and your dog or your cat's absorbing it. Keep that in mind. Your dog cat's like taking that in. Very important to know. But you probably already know that. But now this is the next level. This is about now therapeutically harnessing light you have in this practice that comes from your soul. You love your animal. You care about your animal. Your animal means everything to you. This is compassion and love. This is coming directly out of your soul. And now you're going to actually crank up that light. And you're going to use it medicinally. You're going to use it therapeutically. And you're going to get that light to enter into your dog or cat. See the light that's coming out of your hands as the brightest light you've ever seen. What's the brightest light you've ever seen? This is so cool, Wild Blueberry Babe. See the brightest light you've ever seen come out of your hands. See the brightest light you've ever seen in your life. Is it the sun? Is it something else? Is it some light you saw? What's the brightest light you've ever seen anywhere in your life? Envision it now. Use that reference point as part of this while your soul is in the process of releasing light at the same time. While your soul is releasing light at the same time, you're referencing light that you've seen, like the sun, staring straight up at it. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to even beat that. I'm going to even go brighter than the brightest light you've ever seen. You're working with the light that comes from your soul. Get ready for this. You're working from the light that comes from your heart. You're giving light to your dog or cat, and you're working with the light that comes out of your heart. You're working with the light that comes out of your soul and your heart and your spirit. This light is not deriving directly from the light above. Instead, this light derives from the love and compassion that resides within you. So what's incredible about this one exercise? There's a bunch of other exercises where you're getting the light from other places. This one comes from you. This one comes from your soul, your spirit, your heart. It's derived from love and compassion that resides inside of you. The love and compassion you have for your animal, which you know is big. It's big. You know it. And you are directing that love and compassion filled with light out of your own body in a non-depleting way. Get ready for that. A non-depleting way and into your ailing animal or your animal, that's fine. But you want to get light and loving light into your animal. You want to practice. Do this practice and get light and keep your dog and cat healthy. You will notice that the light you're envisioning coming out of your hands will ease up and slightly diminish. Keep that in mind right here. So if you watch this video, we're live right now, but if you watch this video later, and keep that in mind that when you're doing this, you'll see the light diminish for a moment. That's okay. If you can just do this for 5 minutes, it could be miraculous. No matter what, it's helping recharge the immune system. No matter what, it's helping to, yes, support your dog's adrenals, your cat's adrenals. No matter what, it's helping to support all organs. And it's supporting your dog and cat's emotional being. Their emotional being. That's a big deal. You can reinstate another batch of light. When it starts to diminish a little bit, you reinstate another batch of light. And then you cup your hands like this, you flex your hands, and you get that light out. There it is, it's coming out, you see? And it's back into your dog, back into your cat. You see this? Okay? That's when you need to reinstate another batch of light again. And then another application of light will exit your hands. Once again, cup your hands. You can direct that light. Go to areas you want to go. Go to areas you want to go. Audrey Knight says, what do you mean flex your hands? So you take your hands like this, okay? And it's not just like this. You see this, like this? It's not like that. It's not just like this. You're flexing them, you're cupping them, right? You're trying to catch a moth in the house. You're home and you're trying to catch a moth in the home. You're trying to catch a moth, right? They got in, okay? So you're trying to cup it. I won't kill a moth that gets into the house. I just can't. I just can't do that. So I cup the moth, okay? I'll kill a poisonous spider. I'll kill a poisonous spider that gets in the house. I will. I don't want to be bit in the neck by a recluse spider, okay, in the middle of the night. So what I'm saying is, right, but you can, you cup like this. You try to save that moth in your house, and you let that moth out. You do it that way. Even if this light practice is for small moments in time, lasting just seconds, it's very healing and very helpful. Envision the light stimulating your pet's immune system, immune cells. And there's so much more information in here about it. It's just incredible. All right. Audrey Knight says, are your hands touching your animal or hovering a few inches away from their skin? A few inches away. That's great. But guess what? You can even touch your animal if you want to. So you can even do it this way. A lot of times, dogs and cats get weird when they know you're doing something, right? Versus just petting them. But they know that you're doing something therapeutic, so they might get a little funny if you're doing strange motions they're not used to, and it hasn't happened before, and they're like, wait a minute, And so they might go, what are you doing? Wait, what are you doing? What is that? So keep that in mind. So sometimes just being over like this can do good. And yes, if you can also do it that way too. If you know medical meme information and you know the pet health book, like you get this book in your hands, Healing Your Pet, and you learn so many things that actually hurt your dogs and cats. Different pathogens, that's right, different viruses, different bacteria that's giving them illnesses just like humans. Just seeing that's mind-blowing information in here that you'll just love. You're using this light to kill off those pathogens in your dog or cat. You're using this light also and saying, I'm going to use this light, I'm going to direct it to pathogens, I'm going to direct it to viruses, I'm going to direct it to bacteria, see? And I'm going to kill viruses and bacteria, and then restore tissue and bring back well-being in each cell. Restore the immune system. I'm going to strengthen my dog and cat so they're supersonic. If you want the light directed at an organ specifically, like the pancreas, then you can do that. Envision this love and compassion that resides in your heart and soul, entering into your pet's organ, cells, and physical body. Again, the light you are using is your own. It's coming from your soul, your heart, your spirit. Very important to know. It's partly derived from the love and the compassion you have towards your animal. This practice is for a pet's chronic illness. It's also for a pet that's feeling good. I'm not reading all of it, but that is an example right there. And you can use this. You can even use this video afterwards and say, okay, let me practice this. Make sure, though, you pre-order this book so you have the full amount of information to that exercise. And make sure you have the rest of the exercises, light work practice 2, conducting light from above. You want your mind blown? You might be somebody that wants to use that practice right there. Conducting light from above into your animal. Another pet light work practice is light from a distance. Another one is a crown of light. You're going to be mind blown. These are effective, healing, powerful ways to benefit your dog, your cat, your horse, any animal you have. So yeah, let's sit down for a couple minutes. Okay, might be able to talk a little bit more about green beans, which we didn't go there yet. Let's try to see if we can go there. And we'll do that for a little bit. Head over here. All right. There's so many things I love about healing your pet. Okay, let's see. Was there a chapter in this book that was difficult or emotional to write about? Why, yes, there was. There was a few of them. Let's see. Did you guys see the just the intro, the note that I personally wrote, like a personal note? That alone is really, really emotional. I tear up every time I read it. I mean, from my heart and soul. You know, what happens is that, like, the information in these books are so powerful. They come from SOC, right? The information. And they're there to heal. They're there to help you get out of a crisis. They're there to help save your life. And if you're somebody new, you don't know Info, keep in mind that so many lives have been saved. Devastating chronic illness. And people got their lives back. You guys know this. So many of you already know this. You're dealing with it. You've recovered yourself, right? Millions and millions of people around the world have gotten these books, and they keep them safe on their shelf as reference guides, reference books. They know what these books have done for them, okay? And the information is always, it tugs the heartstring, but so much of the information is critical medical information, so you can become an expert at your health. And sometimes a lot of it doesn't tug the heartstring. Instead, it infuses you with unbelievable, just knowledge. Unbelievable knowledge. And so, but in this book here, Healing Your Pet, I wrote a personal note. So I'll show you, this is not the book, okay? This is my manuscript. Just keep that in mind, because I already know people are going to be waiting for this to come, okay? Here it is right here. You see this? So it says, a note from AW, right there. And this note is, I don't know, I tear up, I get emotional, and yeah, it hits me really hard. By the end of this, it's, I need a tissue, so yeah. But that note right there, it's a note from me to you guys, and I just hope you lock down a pre-order, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not trying to like spook anybody or anything. It's just that when your publisher's like, this one, yeah, we already know this one is going to not be easy to keep in stock. There's not going to be any in stock at the start except for whoever pre-orders it. Then we got to wait for more to be printed. Got to get them in stock. It could take, a long time for a lot of people. So anyway, back to this. Let's go into one other. Let's hit green beans. Let me stop playing around here. Okay. Okay. So we got green beans back here. Here we go. Do you guys like green beans? I just want to know. I'm just going to talk a little bit about them. Okay. Make sure to remove the green bean stems, which are often still attached in both packaged and loosely sold green beans. So when you give your dog, I'm not going to run through the whole thing. There's too much green bean information. But I'm going to just give you a couple tidbits. This is how incredible this is. First of all, I love green beans. Love them. Okay, I eat a lot of green beans. My dogs eat a lot of green beans. Just letting you know, okay? It's one of their foods that they love. So I give them green beans for treats, snacks. I just give them green beans in general. I mash them up in their food too, so I do mash green beans up in their food. So you want to make sure that little stem on the green bean, you get rid of that. I'm just doing the quick version right here. Here's another note. Make sure when you purchase green beans that they're not rotting or decaying. Make sure you don't give your dog or cat steam them old green beans. That's another quick one. I'm just giving you little tidbits. Be cautious about the variety of green beans. There are heirloom varieties you can get at farmers markets that you shouldn't be giving your dog or cats. So you have to taste test your green beans. There's green beans, they're so tough and chewy. It's an entirely different make and model. Don't give those to your dog or cat unless you know you steamed them and you can put a fork through them and they are soft. You can always taste test your green beans to make sure they're tender enough. You got to steam them good enough. I'm just giving you a few tidbits here. Okay. You can purchase frozen green beans. So people who like to, do frozen, you can do frozen green beans. That's great for your dog too. So this is just some of I got amounts for dogs. That's all in there. I didn't finish asparagus. Sorry about that. I did give you, a lot of the black bean information, and I didn't do pears. But you're going to love this book. There's so many foods in here, including beef heart, beef liver, marrow bones, chicken, raw chicken, cooked chicken. Know the difference. Know the difference. If you're somebody that's like, I'm going to give my dog raw chicken, you better know what you're doing. Better know what you're doing. Okay, so make sure this book is in your hands. You're somebody that's going to be like, I'm going to give my dog, cooked meat or raw meat, or I'm going to give my dog this. You better know what you're doing. I talk about bison in here, salmon, mackerel, sardines, quail eggs. I talk about quail. I talk about pheasant, about, feeding your dog or cat pheasant, feeding them quail. And I just want to tell you something. I think someone made a comment the last time I talked about healing your pet, and they're like, well, if dogs and cats are supposed to be such spiritual animals, and there's no disrespect. I want to be helpful. Why would God create a situation where a dog or cat, there's a lot of people that, they're plant-based or they're plant-based minded or vegan minded, and I understand this mindset greatly, or they're not just that. They eat animal products, but if they're thinking, why do my dog and cats, they need to eat animal products? Why do they need to do that? If God created these beautiful godly creatures that we love so much, why do they have to eat other animals and so forth? Because just so you know, a lot of things happened with how this earth worked many 10,000, 100,000, a million years ago. And what it was, there was a rodent infestation on planet Earth. Keep that in mind. And the dog families and the wolf families, they existed on mice. Part of God's plan. Keep the planet clean. Because of the amount of mice taking over, the amount of rodents taking over. Okay? The world changed. It's not about mice. Don't feed your dog, cat, mice. Don't do that. It's not how thousands of years have gone by. Everything's changed. It's not the dog or cat's fault. We're the ones that took the dog out of the wild. Do you guys understand this? We're the ones that took the cat out of the wild. You guys know that? Your little kitty cat was wild a long time ago. We did that. We took the cat out of the wild so the cat doesn't just live off mice to keep the mice population down out there. We took the dog out of the wild. You guys know what I'm saying? We did that. Not you and me specifically, but we, the humans, did that. Keep that in mind. So you can't blame little doggies and little kittens, little cats and puppies because they're eating beef. Because maybe you're vegan or something like that, and it kind of like, that's not how it works. And just so you know, nothing's going to stop the amount. If you're somebody who's vegan or plant-based, and you have a lot of different, there's reasons why you're vegan. You're vegan because you don't want, animals killed or anything like that. Completely respect that 100%. But keep in mind, ain't nothing going to stop human beings from eating animals. Nothing's going to stop that on this planet. Nothing. Even when the vegan movement and the plant-based movement was growing, the carnivore movement smashed it. And the reason why they smashed it is because they had more money. And they used social, right? And they used social media with money, and they spent hundreds of millions of dollars. They spent billions, actually, smashing and crushing the plant-based and vegan movement. You have to understand that. Vegan and plant-based movement is this big now. But I support it because, yeah, you can heal plant-based, and you can heal. Okay? And you want to be eating animal protein, you can heal too. You just got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to do it right. Info. But what I'm saying is, okay, is that humankind took dogs and cats out of their wild state. It's not their fault. They were all mice eaters. It doesn't mean you go and feed them mice. That's not what you do, because their digestive tracts have adjusted and changed over the course of history. I mean, aren't you guys interested? Do you want this book? Pre-order this book. Do you want this book? Pre-order this book. It's mind-blowing. But I talk about lamb, bison, quail eggs, pheasant, the whole bit. Read a couple of comments here. Okay? All right. Wild Blueberry Babe says, we use the Medical Medium Brain Saver books to rid our dog of tremors. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like that, people have done that. That's incredible. I'm so happy you did that. Thank you, AW and SOC, for this life-saving information. We already pre-ordered this new Healing Your Pet's book. Incredible. Okay, Michelle Urick says, my husband was told he needed radiation and chemo for cancer, leading him to finally follow the medical medium lifestyle after watching me completely heal from lupus. Oh my God. This is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Let's see. A Life with MM. Anthony, is Dr. Jeff still the vet you recommend? I love Dr. Jeff. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Love him. Let's see here. Elevate with Xavier. Hey, it's happening. Saw your comment fly up there. See, the machine is moving. Okay. Kathleen Murray says, I'm finally on a live. Thank you so much, SOC, for teaching us wonderfully through Anthony. I'm so thankful to finally know how to kick out the many autoimmune diseases I deal with. Amazing. My beagle, 8 years old, has skin issues. Nancy says, vet prescribes shot that suppresses immune system. Can you help? I talk about skin issues in this book, and foods, and about like the toxins and the deficiencies. Our dogs and cats get more toxic than human beings. Can you believe this? Not because it's their fault, because they're low to the ground. See? All the toxin, not all the toxins, but most of the toxins and most of the poisons and everything, and you're going to learn this in this incredible medical medium book. Most of the poisons and toxins, they're low. They're low. Yes, they're low. They're in the grass. They're in the parks. They're the pesticides in the park grass. They're the chemtrails falling down on everything down low. They're in the oil stain on the parking lot that your dog's bare foot is actually stepping in. They're everywhere. And it concentrates in doggy and cats. It highly concentrates in them. And so it's about detoxing them so they heal. So it's incredible about this book. What if I don't have a pet? You're going to want this book. Is it still worth getting? Okay, let's go. Let's challenge that amazing question. Thank you for that question. I needed that, actually. Okay, all right. If you look on the Medical Medium Instagram feed, you'll see something called a little video I did about the screaming ghost. The screaming ghost is one of the most phenomenal examples of supernatural, paranormal, escaping into our dimension, into our sight. And I talk about how it relates to dogs and cats. So in this book, I do a lot of afterlife information. Hear me out. Hear me out. A lot of people get weird about afterlife. A lot of people get weird about things like that, but hear me out, please, okay? I delve deep into afterlife on a level of dogs and cats involving humans, and when we leave here, and yes, you are going to want this book, even if you don't have a pet. You're going to want this book. But get ready for this. You're going to want this book for somebody else you know that has a pet. But that's just one aspect that I talk about here. Just the light working information alone is worth having this book no matter what. Never mind the afterlife information and the supernatural information and even the angel information. In this book, there is a chapter, an afterword called Angel of Animals. Okay? Here it is, Angel of Animals. And open up my... I promise you, for this alone, you're going to want this book. Even if you don't have a cat, you don't have a dog, you don't have a horse, you don't have a bunny rabbit, you don't have a tortoise, you don't have a pet deer. There's people who have pet deers. They have them. You're going to want this book just on this alone. Angel of Animals. You guys, this has been amazing. Thank you for your time. Okay? Isn't it nice to get a light work lesson that you didn't have to pay for? Like in a big program or something like that? Medical Medium information is anti-grifter. It's free. It's plenty of it. And you buy a book for a tiny amount of dollars. If you want, go to the library. Don't even buy a book. Wait for Healing Your Pet comes out in the library. Get it for free. But it's there for you to heal. And it's always been like this. Okay, let's see. Jackie says, this is the greatest gift, EW. I know my soul dog is around me because of you and brain shots. I was able to rise from my depression when he died 2 years ago. Can't wait to learn more from my new pup. If you have somebody that have lost a pet, this is the most important book. If you have somebody that lost a cat, that has lost a dog, this is the most important book. The most important. You're going to learn something about your animals that have passed away and how it works because they are around us. They really are around us because the laws are different and God's laws are different when it comes down to dogs and cats, when it comes down to animals. Keep that in mind. God's laws are different. You're going to want this book to know this information. Do not deprive yourself of this information, whatever you do. Got different comments in here. Let's see. So grateful for this information. Fruit fully planted. So grateful for this information. My 3 senior cats are living a good life because of the limited info I am able to apply to them. The limited, I haven't done a ton of pet stuff. I did the pet podcast and other pet stuff, and that alone has helped so many people with their animals. This book will really help us to take it to the next level, and it will, It truly will. George says, thank you, Anthony, for all this healing information for our 4-legged friends. We are so grateful to SOC and to you for making this info available in our days. We should all raise our celery juice glasses to your health and protection. I'll take it. I will not deny Any blessings?